Dr. Richard Carrier, there's this guy on the internet named Joel Pearson, and he's a supporter of us and what we do here. Not only MythVision, but you.
Yeah, quite grateful for it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Good guy. So he has a question, and he knows omniscience dwells with us. So why do you think the Book of Enoch was left out of the Western canon? It seems so essential to the context, and yet it was excluded by later Christians. Did they explain their reasoning?
I don't know the answer to this. So I haven't really looked, because this is a question in canon history, which is a whole different question of why did later Christians decide which books to put in which things. Enoch might be in the Ethiopian canon. I'm not sure. The Ethiopian canon is the weirdest of all the canons and has like more bizarre scriptures in it than most other canons. But that has to do with like later Christian history, and I'm more focused on like the origins of Christianity, like 1st, 2nd century, maybe even 3rd. But that's before we even get any discussions of like official canonization of scriptures. So I don't know the answer to that. Someone might know the answer to that. I recall reading Metzger's book on the canon of the New Testament. I don't recall a lot of discussion in it about why Enoch was left out. But that could just be my bad memory. Like maybe it's in there. That would be the first place I would check. Like check Enoch in the index of Metzger's book, the canon of the New Testament. That would be the first place I would look. Other than that, that would be like a research project. In fact, I would love to read a research article from someone who checks the literature and finds out like what are the answers proposed for this, or has it even been discussed? So if anybody knows a good article about this, please send it to me, because I would like to read that. I could give you speculations, but I don't know how well informed they'd be.
Yeah, I think it's better not to do that just for the sake. There's already dung that gets thrown all over the internet.
But it is a question I'd love to hear someone do like a research project and like a literature review of what is the position on this. Yeah. But again, because it deals with canon history, and that's later Christianity than I usually deal with.
Yeah, I know that the Ethiopian canon not only has that, just like the canon of the Catholics has Jubilees, and they have
that's another
unique preservation.
Right.
And in fact, I got a friend, Matthew Munger, who's a Dead Sea Scroll scholar, who talks about the rewriting of Genesis with Jubilees. Just shows you, he says, without a doubt, there was no fixed canon, even for Jews.
Oh yeah, right.
Down into the time, they're already rewriting
Certainly
scripture.
Not when Christianity began.
Right.
There was no such thing as an Old Testament. Like just wasn't. There was just a collection of books, and which books you thought were scripture and inspired was dependent on your sect and maybe where you lived or whatever. So, that's absolutely the case.
Thank you, Joel. Thank you for harassing me with multiple questions. Ultimately, for being a patron of mine here at MythVision. Enjoy your day. And everyone else, go in the description, join our Patreon. It's affordable, and we are kicking butt, taking names, bringing all the good stuff. So thank you, Dr. Carrier.
Yeah.